destined to die physically. But there is a deliverance from sin and the penalty from sin, and that is the sacrificial death of Jesus Christ. That's our deliverance. That's our deliverance. So you can see in verse number 4, God builds a strong foundation here, and that is this. Man is a sinner. Man is not only a sinner, but he is sinful. And until man recognizes that and confesses that, what's going to happen to him? He's doomed. It's over. He'll die. As Paul said, he'll die in his sin, and there's the penalty of hell for the rest of their lives if they don't get saved.
Born once, die twice.
Yes.
Born twice, die once.
Die once. Amen. Yep. Yep. The problem is, the average man does not see himself as a sinner. He doesn't.
Especially if you're going along with the herd.
Yeah.
It's our society today. It's groupthink. And you're out of the loop if you don't think like everyone else. Think like a Christian, you're really out of the loop.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Any questions?
When you said that city,
The what?
the city that Christ went to in Matthew, the town, they did not.
Unbelief, right.
Now, what is it geographically that makes a whole area not believe God?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. It could be the industry. It could be their lifestyle, like Sodom and Gomorrah. Maybe the city is so sinful. All they care about is eat, drink, and be merry. Someone goes in there with the gospel. Says, "Yeah, I like my lifestyle. I like the way I'm living. Get out of here. I don't believe a word you're saying."
In this instance, they're talking about Nazareth.
They're talking about Nazareth, where he's born. Yeah, they don't want to believe him. Yeah.
You know, well, he was
Yeah.
a carpenter.
Yeah. It could be a number of things. All I know is that verse teaches there are towns that will never get saved. There are towns, God says, I'm just wiping my feet, get out of there. Nobody's going to listen. Now you might think that's cruel, but take that up with God when you get to heaven. You can ask him that. But remember Jesus when he sent out the disciples? If they receive you, good. If they don't, shake off the dust, go on to the next town. There are towns like that.
There's like places I've worked are like that too.
Yep.
There's people
Yep.
listening and other places
Yeah.
they won't.
And then there are towns, like the one pastor friend that I knew of, went into a town, holy cow, within 2 years around 1,000 people. The town received the whole message. And yet there are towns that the gospel's preached for 50 and 60 years that will not heed to that message.
I
And
had a preacher friend who was escorted out of town and told not to come back.
yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
His name was Gantry.
Yeah, yeah. That happened to a guy in New York. When I was pastoring in New York. It was a liberal Methodist church. Guy went in there. He was saved, born again. Started preaching the message. Holy cow! Revival broke out. 50, 60, 70 people were getting saved. And the headquarters found out about it. They transferred him. They said, "You got to quit. That's it. You're done." They kicked him out, and they sent him off to some place in the boonies. Yeah. Yeah, the deacons didn't like what was going on, so they called the headquarters, because, they're run. They tell them where to go and all that. He got rid of them. I told him, I says, I met with him, I says, man, you got 50, 60 people, start a church. You know what it was? You know why you wouldn't do it? Security. He was 60-some years old. He had all that retirement money from the Methodists. And he says, if I do that, I'll lose all of my retirement. I told him, I said, I'd lose the retirement. You got to stand before God, brother. I said, you're going to tell me, you're going to tell Jesus you got 60 people here? You could plan a work, you could start something. You're going to say money was more important than those people? And he didn't. He wouldn't do it because of that reason. Yep. All right.